Hare Krishna, India winning the Asia Cup. Rinkoo Singh, manifesting his desire. Post-match ceremony, and then I was listening to, a discussion where they said that every player was asked to write a manifestation. And on September 6th, Rinkoo Singh wrote that I wish to make the final winning runs. And that's what exactly happened. This is power of manifestation. As a Vedic astrologer, I have been always thinking that how's that possible? And, during my learning years of life, during my learning curve, I realized it is very much possible. What we can do is to understand how the entire Mother Nature helps you and what are the principles through which you can manifest certain things through Vedic astrology. So, what I did was I made a Kundli known as Prashna. Prashna is the Paddhati. It's a way we ask Mother Nature that, how are going to be the circumstances, what are going to be the results, and what has caused a particular event to happen. So, September 28th was the match, and I was based in Ludhiana watching the match, and around 12 a.m. So that turned out to be 29th September, 0012 a.m. was when Rinkoo Singh hit the winning shot. So what I've done is I've made a horoscope of September 29th, 12 a.m. to tell you how Mother Nature supports manifestation. What all planets? Is there a single planet that will give you manifestation, or it is a joint effort by a lot of planets? The answer is it's a joint effort. One single planet, as a whole, cannot give you, you know, what you desire to change into reality, known as manifestation. So let me share my screen with you and show you the power of manifestation. So if you see, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen, September 29th, 2025, 0012 a.m., Ludhiana, Punjab, is from where I'm doing the Prashna to the Mother Nature. You see, the first thing that you see is a dual lagna. What is the meaning of dual lagna? We have three types of signs. We have movable signs like Aries and Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And then we have dual signs, 3, 6, 9, and 12. So the lagna is dual. That means in the entire match, it was always like, highs and lows, highs and lows. Even in the last over, when India wanted 10 runs, we were not sure it's, who's going to win. Even Ravi Shastri was saying that, it can be anyone's match, right? So that means dual means yes and no, yes and no. It's going to be speculative. It's going to be highs and lows. So it was a very thrilling match. But then, you've got Jupiter in the Lagna, the 10th Lord in the Lagna. That means your bhagya, your action, your manifestation is directly proportion to your hard work, patience, and karma. And Jupiter is neither of these planets. Jupiter is not patience. Jupiter is not hard work, but Jupiter is one thing which is known as a crystal clear divine mindset, a pure intelligence, pure mindset. An intention which has 100% purity like Vishnu is Jupiter. It's expansion. So when, Rinku Singh was taken in the final match, in the entire tournament, he was allowed to play only one single ball, which was the winning run. That was his manifestation. That was his desire. And he manifested that. Jupiter means you have a very clear heart. He was running around in all the matches. He was, trying to help to keep the nerve to the players. And on the same time, he's like that dedicated guy who's always around. And then dual means it is going to be effort of at least two people, right? Two energies, you know, Tilak Verma and Kuldeep Yadav, right? They were the two who played a key role. And you see, and then Jupiter coming to his manifestation, Guru, his good karmas of the past. When you get Jupiter in the Lagna, when you have done certain extremely good karmas in the past, and you see the Navamsha here Jupiter is, it's Vargottama. Jupiter is Vargottama here, fixed that guru. It's maybe, I don't know to whom he goes and to whom he meets his guru or whatever prayers he do, I have no idea, but it was an 100% blessing of his some good karma from the past, some guru, maybe a prayer from the father or a coach or a guru that made him run those winning runs, that hit the winning runs and win for the country. And what are the planets? You see Saturn in the 10th house. That means karma is very, very important. Hard work is very, very important. And you have Saturn retrograde here. What exactly is retrograde planet? Retrograde planet is to go back and check what you've been doing right, what you've been doing wrong. The retrograde planet is very close to the Mother Earth. That means you have to be grounded. You have to check the ground reality. You have to revise and settle your mistakes, learn from them, and then proceed. This was the exact plan of Team India, an absolute plan. On the same time, you see the second lord was in the sixth house, where it's the moon, right? And moon in the sixth house has one quality that you become overly possessive about your day. And India was possessive about that day. Trust me, a lot of people will not agree to the same, but yes, we were possessive, right? Anyone who knows cricket, who doesn't know cricket, all they wanted was to win. And it would have been a very difficult situation if India would have lost. That was where, moon in the Jyeshtha nakshatra, Indra is all about overly possessive about certain things. Indra cannot afford to lose. That was the mind. You see, it is very easy to tell media and public that no, it was a game like the other game. But deep inside the mind of every single player and every single Indian around the world was one thought that we cannot lose this. We should not lose this. That's where moon is in the Jyeshtha, because moon gets very insecure when someone is in the Jyeshtha, and Jyeshtha is Indra, and Indra gets very insecure, or he gets into a fight, he gets into an aggression if something is trying to move his position. And that was the deep feeling, a hidden feeling, but you have to keep the nerve. That is what you're trained for when you're playing for the nation. And and on the same time, the third lord was in the fourth house, Surya, aspecting Saturn. That means you were also playing for government, for army, for pride of your country. You see Surya in the fourth house? Government was watching it very closely. You've seen army people celebrating, after the Indian victory. And the captain Surya Kumar Yadav, look at the word Surya Kumar, the third house lord in the fourth house, Surya. Okay, it's a prakram. It is his prakram that he's leading team from the front, right? And on the same time, he's also giving all those statements which are in combination of Operation Sindoor, Pahalgam, and then relating it to cricket. That's when your prakram, your communication goes to back fourth house, your Matrubhumi, your homeland, and Surya aspecting your 10th house, where you have your, Bhagya Swami Shani, right? Making it a very, very politically are motivated, or you can say it's not politically motivated. I would say that's a wrong word, but I would say that it has emotions for the country. It has emotions for the, for the motherland, right? That's when Surya and Saturn are together. And, by these statements, people can get politically motivated. But reality is that deep inside the heart, it was for the country. And we've come out of a very bad phase where we've seen the Pahalgam attack, those massacre, unbelievable for humankind. And that's where, we have to come out of this. And Mercury was it. So Surya Kumar Yadav was always cracking jokes and trying to take questions very easy. And that's how you should actually deal with the situation. That's when Mercury comes together. You speak very well. Every Indian guy, they communicate, their intelligence, their calculations are very, very strong. You see, when Pakistan was for 90 for 1 or 90 for 0, I don't know. But and then you are all out 146. It's brilliant. That's the calculation. We need to have spinners, and then in the fifth house, we've got Mangal in the Rahu Nakshatra, the Swati. What the quality of the Swati is, Swati doesn't need boundaries. Swati is a nakshatra to which you cannot confine, and Mangal does very well in it. Mangal being the lord of the 11th, Mangal being lord of the 6th, right? You cannot confine people, who were watching the match to actually, stop talking about India, Pakistan. So you see how many people are talking on the same time. The sixth lord being Mangal in the fifth house is where you will take this as a war. You see Tilak Verma in the end, when he won, he was literally, calling Pakistanis that, look at me, what I've done, right? That's when, you don't need boundaries. You just, want everything in your life. And Mars is Karak of current in the body. You see, there was definitely a change in the body language of India and Pakistanis. India's body language was pretty higher, and again, uh, it's the blessing. Hanumanji blessed Mars in Swati, and no boundaries, nothing. No one got carried away, right? They were blasting from inside, but they kept the nerve, and they had such a powerful energy. You see here from here, the Mars is also aspecting the 11th house. As much as the team was passionate, as much was the people around, whole world, all Indians were very, 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 very passionate about this particular match. And then you see what happens in the ninth house, the Bhagya, we've got Rahu, the ceremony, right? Where you see, you get the cup, right? Like a Rahu. You see how Surya Kumar Yadav, by imagining illusionary cup, he moved towards, the team, and they celebrated it. That's what Rahu in the ninth house does. Rahu looking at the Lagna, Rahu looking at the Mangal, fifth house. Rahu looking at the third house, where the Lord is Surya. So Rahu will play a role. He's sitting in the Bhagya, and he said that, hey, I'm gonna hold this cup without holding it, and I'm going to take it forward. And then Rahu is aspecting the third lord is our neighbors, right? So neighbor was holding Pakistan, and Rahu said, okay, no problem. I am Swarashi. I'm in very powerful position in Purva Bhadrapada. You've done all the hard work. You will not go without celebration. Do it my way. And that's what Rahu does. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the power of manifestation. All the 9 planets will give you that support system. All you have to do is keep your mind clear, keep working hard. 24 hours, 365 days, I breathe Jyotish. And 24 hours, 365 days, all my acharyas, all my students in Rudra Vedic Academy, we breathe, we sip Jyotish. That's our hard work. And then whenever we've tried to manifest something, we've done it. That's the strongest reality. That's how all the planets, पूरी कायनात आपकी मदद करती है. That's the power of manifestation. I'll come up with video again. Till then, Hare Krishna. Thank you very, very much.